I'm getting that pullback I wanted, but of course I bought at the top. Classic, classic move by me. But I don't think it's gonna pull back too far. Yep, there's that break. All right, so let's go. See that trick?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
It's
Oh
got a lot of
no.
orders
Oh
coming in
no.
right now,
Oh
trying to
no,
see what they
no,
want to
no,
do.
no, no. Oh
They want
no.
to take me out.
Oh
Shit.
no. Oh no, 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 no.
All right, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Get my big face out of the way here. So, um, as the title suggests, um, I did pass the take profit. Well, I haven't passed it yet, but um, I have completed the majority of the take profit trader trading evaluation for the 150K account. Let me get you some rules real quick. Hold on. Let me show you here. Let's pause this. Okay, so these are the rules here with the take profit. Number of trading days 10. Okay, so you got to trade at least 10 days, and it's because they don't want you to just hit a home run trade your first day and get into and they give you money to trade or whatever, and you can't cut it. Um, this is good. Minimum first days to withdraw 0. Withdrawal process immediate. Contract limits test versus pro account. No. So this is really important. This is my number one issue with Top Step Trader. And you guys that have been following me for a while, I have a Top Step video on the channel. I passed that combine twice now. The first time I passed it, I did blow it up. Passed it again, I still have it. It's only $100,000 account. I think it's 100K. Um, but what they do is they scale you up in the contracts, and it's really frustrating because um, when you pass the combine, you then have to go back into the scaling program. Okay, and it's the dumbest thing ever. Like you've already seen that I can make money scaling twice because they make you do it. And oh no, they don't make you scale in step one, top step. Step two, they make you scale. And then when you get the pro account, they make you scale again up to your profit target. It's really annoying. Every comment, every time they post on Facebook and I run across a thing, I comment in there that they need to get rid of that. It's stupid. So this company does not do that. Okay, which is great. Um, and not only do they not do that, but you get a proportion. So with Top Step, if you can trade 5 contracts, it's 5 contracts, period. You know, it's not 5 micros, 5 minis, it's 5 contracts. If you've got on 2 micros, 3 minis, that's 5 contracts. That's all you can do. They do it a little bit smarter. They give you, this is a 150K account that I have. They give you, or that I'm going for. They give you 16 on this account and you get 160 micros because a micro is a tenth of a mini, right? So it makes sense that if you're not trading the same size, when you drop down in contract size, you should be able to utilize that to your advantage. So I think that's a really good idea. This is something new here. Pro account reset. So in Top Step, if you blow your account, which I have, that's how I know. If you blow your Top Step account, you go back. It used to be you go all the way back to step one. Now you can pay to reset and email them, and they'll take you back to step two. So you don't have to do step one. So it saves you a little bit of time, which is great. This here though allows you to reset and stay in the pro account and not even go through an evaluation. Okay. Um, and I don't know how much it is because I haven't gotten there. Well, hopefully I don't blow the pro account, but I imagine it's not, something cheap like a reset on this would be. I imagine it's probably substantially more than that because you're literally skipping all of this. They're giving you, another chance and 3 times. Fees for the pro account, one time, 130 fee. That's fantastic. Top Step charges you every month for your data. Okay. uh, and then live support. I did have to use support when I blew up the account in the preview. I messaged them like my account won't let me trade. What's happened? And he sent up a screenshot. He was like, "Well, you went over your limit and we shut you down." I was like, "Oh, okay. I thought I got out in time." He's like, "Nope." Well, he didn't even say nope. He just didn't reply. I was like, "Son of a bitch." But yeah, so that happened with that. So uh, let me show you here what happened with this. Get my face out of the way here. So this is the they use NinjaTrader. Take Profit does. This was the first account here that I had, and the reason I did it was because they had a Black Friday special. So um, if you go here and you click on, let's see here. Here we go. This is the one that I have here. 150K account, 15 contracts. I thought it was 16. Maybe it's only 15. Okay, 15 contracts and max daily drawdown. But it was 360 a month. Black Friday special, they had a deal where you could put in a code and it gave you 50% off. So I really got to do my first one, which was this one here. I got to do this one here for about $180. You saw me blow that live in a live trading session. And then this one here, I was actually up. I want to say I was up like about 2,500, and I was doing good in that one. And then I left the freaking trade on overnight after the cutoff, and they booted me out of that one too. And that was my fault because they tell you, hey, follow the rules. One of the rules is you can't have a trade on through the changeover. The 1 hour the market's closed, you can't have a trade on. I did it. They took me out. I was like, okay, whatever. I paid another $100 to start this one, my third one. So I paid 180, 100, and 100. So 180 plus that's 280 and then 380. So I basically paid more than the 360, but I got to try 3 times. Okay. And that was an advantage for me because typically, the way I trade is I can really catch big moves, but I'm probably going to be on the wrong side first. And I try to keep that as small as possible so that when I catch the big move, I don't have to catch so much of it to make up for what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I'm like that in my real trading too. Like I'll have wild swings, you know, three, four, $5,000 swings in one direction just to catch the big, $12,000 move in the other direction. So be that as it may, though, and that's usually with options. But anyway, so as you can see here, the trade that was playing behind us here, that was the second part of this. So what they do is you have to, you can't make more than half of your total profit target in one day. Okay, and once again, it's so that you can't just have a home run day and then sneak into the program, and you're no good. You're a terrible trader. So you can make half on one day and then you can make half on another day. But even if you do that, they still make you trade for the 10 days that they mentioned up here. Okay, they still make you trade for the minimum of 10 days. And they have a rule where you have to hold the trade um, at least 2 minutes, I think. I think it's 2 minutes. I read somewhere. Uh, Hold on, let me log in and then we can read it. I can read it to you. Hold on. Here we go. So we have this one here. Our goal to take profit before we fund trades to make sure they're consistent. We have 2 rules in place for consistency, and although they're somewhat arbitrary, we take them very seriously. This rule changed multiple times. You guys asked for less complicated rule on a number of days, and we've done our best to deliver. In order to prove that you can make money and manage risk, we ask that you show us trades over a minimum of 10 days. A trading day is defined as a trading day in which you hold a trade for at least 1 minute on an instrument that you've used to reach your profit target. For example, if you passed your test trading crude oil in NASDAQ, yet you put on a trade in the micro MQ to try to comply with the rule, this will not count as a trading day. The rule is in place to avoid a trader trading 2 days to reach their profit target, then putting on a trade for a few seconds and taking it off, hoping it counts as a day trade. This is simply gaming the system and will not, and, and that we hope, I'm sorry, gaming the system and not what we hope for in a consistent trader. Please note, your test can take as long as you would like, but must meet the minimum 2 days, number of days to be approved. If you reach the profit target in 2 days, you still need 8 more days to show you can manage risk. We know this rule can be frustrating, but simply trading and getting lucky for a few days is not enough to prove you're capable of managing funds. Okay. And then they have that rule where your highest day, you want your highest day in your account size can't be more than 50% of your total whatever profit you're going for. Okay. Okay, so that's the rule on that. So as you can see in this account here, I'm up to 158,100 or 865,000. So I left a little room here on purpose so that I can trade a mini to reach my target because I'm not there yet. I need 159. So if I trade a mini to reach my target, they can't say that, oh, you only traded the NASDAQ or trade a micro. They can't say you only traded the micro to reach your target and show that you can't manage risk. But how I did this time was I did it on a longer time frame chart. Okay. And what I did was I used liquidity and a little bit of the ICT teachings. I tell you everything works on this channel. Every trading strategy can work if you manage your risk. So ICT is just something that I happen to be learning more about. And I saw it in the chart and I was like, let me try it with this. And it worked out. So I'll show you what I saw here. This is the hour chart of the NASDAQ. Okay. We had a big move up here. Okay. Big move up here. All right. And this was off of that Fed meeting where he said that they're going to taper, right? It's going to start looking at tapering. So we came up here. And what do you see here on this? If you know ICT teachings, you know this, but also if you know anything about liquidity and you've been watching my videos, you'll see this too. But this is equal lows, right? And what they do is they do the down move before the up move to take liquidity there. They want to take your orders here. Okay. They want to take your stops here because if you bought here, your stops are below here. Okay. Your stops are below here. So if you have a buy stop, if you bought here, your sell stops are below here. And when they come and sell into you, you're going to sell to them and they want to buy at a price because they know they're taking it up. They want to buy at a low price and your orders are down here at a low price. So they buy into it, take them up. So many videos on my channel about it. Nothing new, right? So I saw this come up here and I had an idea when I saw this that they just ran buy side liquidity, so they'll probably or sell side liquidity, so they'll probably want to run buy side liquidity. Well, they came up here. They came up here. This was a high. This was another high here, and then they ran it with this one. And this is the trade that you saw me in. That you saw me in on the preview where I messed up and blew the account. This was it right here. So they ran 1, 2, 3, really 4 highs, and then took me out and came down here. Okay, so they spiked up to run down here. Okay, you see that? Okay, and so then if you go down here, well, you don't even have to go down there because I did all this on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. So I'll just stay on this. But so they came down here. They tried to push up again here. Oh, and when they came down here, they ran these lows right here, here, and here. They came back up here, couldn't get to the high. That's the first try. They came down, ran up again. Okay, right here. This trade right here, I caught. This was a jobs data report that was released at 7 in the morning. I had put a trade in the night before after this had broke down here. Okay, I'd put that trade in the night before. I had put my stop up here and I had put it out of the way enough so that if it spiked up, it would take me out of the trade and I wouldn't lose that evaluation. So I had it to where if they took me out, it would stop me out, and then I'd have to wait a day to not hit my daily limit, but then I'd have maybe 2 or 3 more grand for the whole thing, and then I could grind myself back. Um, so, but it never came down or never came back up that high to take me out, and it just went down. So I had an order, I had this order here, and then I wanted an order to get me in when I broke below here. And it did, took me in there, and then it got me out about right here. So when I woke up Friday morning, I had already had another $4,500 trade. So the evaluation was halfway done for me by then, right? So that was great. But so then Friday, this happened in the morning, and then everyone that saw this happen in the morning that went short, they got killed on Friday. And it was very interesting to watch because I traded live Friday, or I traded my regular account on Friday, and I wasn't short. Okay, I did expect them to want to come and run this right here. Okay, but just because you know that liquidity wants to be ran, you don't know exactly when they're going to choose to take it out. As you can see here, though, they tapped into it right here. So once I saw the tap in and I had already made money in the prop account on this side, I was long all day. So I caught most of this on the way up. Wasn't in NASDAQ. Wasn't in NASDAQ. It was in the E-mini. NASDAQ's 20 bucks a point. If you want to pass a combine, I recommend you get yourself a go after the large account and trade the NASDAQ. That's what I recommend because you can catch a move like this or any of these over here or even this right here. You can catch any of these moves on a larger time frame, and because there's so much money in a point, you can pass the combine real quick. Trading just about anything. Um, but so what I saw on this was after this climb up here, we climbed up here Friday. Okay. And then we started to get some selling pressure. Okay. We took them out here and then we started to get more here. What I noticed though is that they were filling this gap right here. Okay. And then below, you still had this fair value gap. That's what ICT calls it. Okay. You still had the fair value gap down here. They had already tapped it and then they came up. So had they come up and done this, okay, had they come up and done that, they just wanted to take this out, that would have been different, but they didn't. They came up and they started to sell off. So this alerted me to the fact that they probably wanted to go back down to fill in this gap. So I went into this thinking short. And if you look at my SPY video that I just posted yesterday, talking about this week's what you can look forward to, SPY is at the top of a channel, okay, and it's also at the top. It's also at the 200-day moving average. The video was about the 200-week moving average that I called the move, but the 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 um, the chart is also at the 200-day moving average. So I expected weakness in the market, and like I said, I didn't expect people to want to get too much more long before the CPI came out. So I have a bearish bias, and then you start giving me this range action here. Okay, so we opened here last night, 5 o'clock, open right here. Okay, and then we went into a range for a few hours. Okay, and so this range right here, when it broke below the range, I did not buy, came back out of the range, broke back below the range. I did not buy, came back out of the range or came back into the range. And then when it broke below this third time right here, this is when I initiated my first sell position here because you're clearly showing me now, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning, that you don't want to go up. Okay. So I put on a contract here and then I put on one later on after this had retraced this. After this, I didn't do this candle. I had one down here after this candle had wicked up, and then I got out about right here. Okay. And I expected them once again to want to target this gap. As you can see for the day's over now. As you can see, they came down and they came to damn near the same spot, a little bit higher, came a little bit higher, and they took out, well, they didn't even take it out. It's right here. It's still below, it's still above it. But that was the main two trades that I took on this to get me to the 9,000. Now I am going to trade the micro to get that last $35. Um, and I'll let you know what they say about it. You know, they might have a problem with that because that is still kind of gaming the system. But I am following your rules. If I used the E-mini Nasdaq to get me almost all the way there, and then I use the micro to push me over, you can't be mad at me, right? So I'll let you know how that works out. But yeah, we got another funded account here on the way. I'm going to be on vacation for the next few days. Going to take a cruise in the Bahamas, my first cruise. You know, black people don't swim. So um, I'm not interested. I'm not too excited about being on this boat, but it should be a good time. I can swim, by the way. That's a joke. Oh, I want to show you one more thing that I saw too. I did see this when I was going to take that trade. I saw a trend line. Where was it? Let's do this. Remove drawings. I saw a trend line here, this downward trend line. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. It was on the 4 hour. It was here. It was this one here. So connected that high all the way down to these lows. You broke through it here, sold off. Then you broke through it again, and then you came back. So when you tested this trend line right here, you bounced off of it, retest, right? And then you came back to test it again right here. So I didn't, I mean, because it broke this low right here, because it broke this low here on this trade, this one right here, because it broke that low right there, okay? Um, I was still targeting this fair value gap right here once it broke this low. And then when it came back up and showed no interest to get back over this, I was interested in trying for it again. Okay. So first try, second try, third try, they're all lower than the previous tries. So 3 pushes down. Easy stuff, right? So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I will see you when I get back, and I think that's it. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace.